video goes over questions 35 through 46, which deals with negatives and roots. So it's important to pay attention to when you're squaring something that's in parentheses or not in parentheses when dealing with the negative. So for question 35, this is saying -8 times -8, which is a positive 64. While 36 is saying, hey, there's a -1 out front, but you should take 8 times 8 first. So then you end up with a -64. So it's important to pay attention when the negative is included or not. Question number 37 has the negative out front, and then we have 8 times 8 times 8, which equals 512, and then you multiply it by the -1 out front, so you'll get -512. For question 38, you have -8 times -8 times -8, which you'll also get is -512. So really it's important when the exponent is positive to pay attention to when it's included or not, because if the, or when the exponent is odd or even. So if it's even, it'll be important that you pay attention to the parentheses. If it's odd, then it's not really that big of a deal. You'll end up with the same answer. Question number 39. So this is an even exponent. So this is where it's really important to pay attention to what's included in that in your parentheses. So this is -4 times -4 times -4 times -4. So you're going to end up with a positive answer. We end up with a positive 256. While question 40 is saying I have a negative out front, and we want to take 4 times itself 4 times. So it ends up being -1 times 256, which will give you a negative answer. Here's our section about square roots. So we should know that when we take the square root, we will end up with a positive and a negative answer. So what number times itself is 36? Is 6. Square root of 100, what number times itself is 100? Is 10. But it's also -10. So we should include positive or negative for both of those. When we're simplifying these more complicated square roots, it's fine to just label the positive, but you should know that there is also the negative answer. So we know that the square root of 49 is 7. However, we also need to pay attention to, can we simplify these variables? Well, the square root technically has a 2 out here, so you're looking for how many pairs of 2 are there when I have a to the 6. And your answer will be there are 3 pairs, so I can take out an a cubed. And then for b to the 9th, how many pairs of 2 are there? There are 4. However, you'll have 1 left over, so 1b will stay on the inside. This time it's the cubed root, so we're thinking what number times itself 3 times is 64. We can create a factor tree. That's 8 times 8. This would be 4 times 2, 4 times 2. We end up with 2 times 2, 2 times 2. Here's a group of 3 2s. Here's a group of 3 2s. So that means we can take out 2 2s, so 2 times 2, or 2 squared. And then we're looking for groups of 3. So how many groups of 3 for x to the 5th? Well, that will be 1. But you will have 2 left on the inside that weren't used. How many groups of 3 in y to the 9th? Well, there will be 3 with none left over. And z to the 4th, that 1 group of 3 with 1 left on the inside. And I'm going to simplify this a bit further by multiplying out 2 times 2, which is 4. This would be your final answer. This time we're looking for 4 of something because this is the 4th root. Let's break down 2,000. That's 20 times 100, which is 4 times 5, or 2 times 2 times 5. Break down 100, 25 times 4, which is 5 times 5, and 2 times 2. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 2s. We can take out a 2. However, there's 3 5s left on the inside. So 5 to the 3rd power, we still have to leave in there. X to the 5th, I can take out 1 group of 4, and then there'll be 1 left on the inside. Y to the 8th, I can take out 2 groups with no y's left on the inside. We're going to simplify this by multiplying out 5 to the 3rd power, which is 125x. This would be your simplified answer. Here we don't have any numbers to worry about. We're just we want to see how many of each variable we can take out. So how many groups of 5 are there if you have 20 A's? Well, that would be 4 with none left over. How many groups of B's are there? Of 5 B's would there be if there's 30? Well, that would be 6 with none left over. C, if there's 10, that'd be 2 groups with none left over. D, that would be 3 groups, which would be 15. And we'd have 1 left on the inside. And E to the 3rd, there's not even an entire group there, so all of that would be left on the inside.